Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is NVG. This video will be about my wishes from NinjaKiwi about Battles 2, basically all the changes I'm going to list that I would love to see, and I'm gonna try and post this on Reddit, and if you guys agree with what I'm saying here, please help me and get this somehow to some of the NinjaKiwi employees, because I honestly think some of these changes or suggestions are potentially very important for the game's future. And so everything is original here. I did not see anyone else's opinion. I'm never on Reddit, in all honesty, but I'm playing this game for 10 months now. It's not too much, but it's not too little either. Obviously, if you don't know me, I upload YouTube videos every day, pretty much, just on how I learn the game and how I progress. And in all honesty, guys, I love the game. I love the game, and a lot of people do as well. But the problem is that most of those people who try and take this game seriously or did, ended up quitting or are, close to that. And I'm not gonna get into like business and all that, but obviously NinjaKiwi can decide whether they want to keep this game alive or not. But if not, that's also an understandable decision, at least from me. Obviously, it's a business at the end of the day, but I'm gonna assume they do, and I'm gonna assume that they do want feedback from us. And so here's my take. The things I put together are not gonna be in importance order or anything like that. Some things will be nice to have, and some things I think will be absolutely necessary. I'm gonna try and explain everything very well and slowly and clearly, and I hope you guys agree with this. And if you do, obviously, please upvote this on Reddit. If I manage to post it, I don't know yet if we can post videos or not. And also try and get this to them somehow. If you have contacts with them, or just somehow raise awareness. And if you don't agree with me, just let me know, obviously, or yeah, whatever. We can have a discussion about this on Discord. But this is what I managed to put together. So I'm gonna start, guys, and in no particular order, I'm gonna list everything in this TXT document, and obviously alongside that, I'm gonna try and explain it with my words. I also have a paint. If it's gonna be necessary, we can pull it out and start drawing here. I don't know yet. It's not really going to be that structured, guys. So here we go. First things first, I think what they should fix, and I think it's easy to change, is dodging, or apparently it's called map scamming. Basically, if someone is queuing up and sees its opponent, he knows it's a strong player, or he doesn't like the map, he can just Alt F4, or I don't know how to even do that, unplug the internet or something, and pretty much dodge that match, and without punishment. So it is very important to implement some punishments. So what I would do is minus, let's say, 5 elo, plus let's say 5 minutes cooldown. Although maybe don't do the cooldown just yet. Maybe do that for the second. So obviously you ramp this up, as all games do. So first, let's say first dodge, minus 5 elo, second dodge, minus 5 elo, plus 5 cooldown, and then 10 cooldown, 30 cooldown, and then you ramp it up to infinite amounts pretty much, or like even a week, I don't know. But who would ever do that? If you do that punishment, nobody will get there, I think. So I think always minus 5 elo as constant, and then ramp this and start from 0, actually, because it actually could be a internet issue and all that, but still we have to do this, whatever the reason is. Like, the internet issue can happen during the game as well. It similarly results in minus elo, so it is what it is. It's just unlucky, but this has to be addressed, I think. And yeah, that's all about this. The next thing is, I think, would be a nice to have, but I don't know how difficult or easy is this to do, but just fix the lag by either regrow. I think ice can also cause one, and obviously glue. So try and fix the lag, if that makes sense. It's actually not fitting in my screen, so allow me to do some adjustments. Okay, hold on. Let me delete the spaces. I think that should do it. Not gonna over-engineer this voice. So yeah, that's my second suggestion. But this might actually be difficult. It depends on the code base. I don't see that. Third thing is move some of the maps, move long maps to previous leagues, out of home, let's say, out of Hall of Masters. So basically, there are a couple long maps that are, I think, not too fun to play because it's just too long, too easy to defend, like the new map, the Up into Roof map. But I honestly think they have a place in this game, and they are necessary, especially for new people, because on long maps, I think it's just, less punish that you can, it's less, you cannot really punish your opponent if he is not as good. And for that reason, it's a good learning map. So I also think it's good to have them, but try and move them out from the Hall of Masters. There are a couple of maps here. I'm not going to get into the details which maps to remove, but honestly, just move them from out of Hall of Masters. That's pretty much it. Let me just, move long maps out of home. I'm just going to do this, guys. I think it's fine. You know what? Actually, give me 1 sec, guys. I'm so sorry, but let me just, fix this on my OBS so I can do more typing, I guess. I don't know how to do this actually, so never mind. I need to decrease the font size, it looks like. Format, how do I do this? Font, and 28, I guess, that should be fine. Yeah, this is a lot better. Let's just use this. I'm so sorry, guys. Fourth, look at my list. So yeah, this is a very, very small one. Actually, I can show it to you in game, but basically just allow us to switch towers between slots. I think it's a very, very minor one, but honestly would be good. I'm actually gonna show you in the game, but don't worry, we'll get into the real shit real soon. Like, I'm gonna talk about a lot of the important things, but I also wanted to mention this. So if I just hide my notepad a little bit and go to, let's say, social, I think, and create match, create battle. So obviously when I select my loadout, guys, hopefully I can do it here. Actually I cannot, my bad. Never mind then. So when I select my loadout, I cannot really switch the towers that are already in my loadout. I can only take them out and put it back into another slot if I wanted to. I think it's a little bit annoying. It's probably an easy change, so I wanted to involve this as well. I'm gonna involve every single thing I want to change, or I would love to see change, so this is one of them. Next thing is, this is an important one, I think. Remove name change. Remove name change, and give everyone 1. So grant 1 free to everyone. This, I think, is very important. There is, I think, multiple reasons. I'm not going to really get into it, but I think we all know why this would be good. I think a lot of people don't like it. Some people like it. I understand this can be used in funny ways and all that. And in general, I'm not against that. But overall, I think just removing name change is good in general. If NINJAKIWI, you want to make money off it, just make it like $5 in the shop. But I think it would still drastically remove or like, decrease the amount of people using this. Maybe a lot of you don't agree with this, and I'm not too strong on this, but I think it would make things better a little bit, in all honesty. Next thing is just explain the rules in a better way in the game. So explain rules, because I think a lot of people don't know when does the game end with a tie, round 40, round 50, these kind of things, life advantage, how long is a round. So obviously I think there has to be a lot of people who don't understand stalling and anti-stalling. I'm not looking at or not talking about Hall of Masters people, but people before that. And it would be nice to have a better explanation about that, like how much money does a banana farm make, and whether it's round based or not. Like all these kind of things, I think are important to somehow summarize it somewhere in the game. And also, obviously, what's next to this is an advanced tower information. So currently, we have to go to a third-party website created by the community called B2 Popology. And I don't think it's good design. I think it should be somewhere in the game, accessible to all players. Maybe it can be toggled off and on, because I understand that the text can get very long, but there should be a way to look at detailed information, I think. It's probably tedious and long change, but I think it would make it more appealing to people who actually want to get good at the game and understand everything. So, and I think the game is moving to a good direction. I always thought that, like, they added the labs, which is great. It is behind the VIP, but I honestly think that's fine, because I think it's completely fine. But adding that is a great tool to all beginners and experienced players as well. And this, I think, is further needed alongside that, and that would be just great. Next thing is, look at my list. I think it would be great if NINJAKIWI reused the cost of heroes. Reduce cost of heroes, but only the existing ones, right? So new heroes can cost 5k, I'm okay with that, or maybe even more, I don't care. But reduce cost of existing heroes, let's say, to, let's say, 3k. I don't know the amount, obviously, but reduce it. I find it very difficult to unlock heroes, or I found it when I was new, because towers are priorities, then some tier 5s, and by the time we can get to the tier heroes, it's a long time, long grind. And also, even when you unlock a hero, then you need to play it a lot to unlock its alternative form. So maybe also remove that 40k XP to like 20k. I think it would be great. I have a friend who's playing the game, is playing it for a while now, and barely has any heroes because of this. I understand. Maybe NINJAKIWI wants us to spend real money on this, but I don't think that's the best way. Just make this a bit more new player friendly. I think it's a bit important. Even with this, it's gonna take them time to unlock all the towers and heroes. So an account will still require decent commitment and grind, which I personally like and enjoyed a lot. And I don't think we should grant everything for free, because then Smurf accounts would be, a lot easier to create, which I will get to later, how to combat smurfing. But I think this would just be good in general. I don't think anyone would complain about this. Next thing, let me look at my list. It's actually quite badly written by me. Here I am, right? Okay, next one I think would be really good to have, but I don't know how difficult it is, but it's Spectate mode. Only in privates though. In privates, I think this would be really, really good. Obviously, would enable more, let's say, like a cooperative experience for friends. Like we can watch each other in game, and the most important thing is we can then properly, I think, host tournament. I think this is required for it. Sharing screens is not too good or professional. There's many ways or many reasons why not, but obviously lag and just the tools not being there to watch both sides and both sides' income, and they can see each other if one of them shares. There's many problems with that, and I think a spectate mode would be great for that reason. But it's not super important, but I think it would be nice to have, right? So this would, if this was in the game, I would probably host a tournament every month or every season with a small prize money, because I just love the game. I love the competitiveness of it. I respect the skills of some people here, and I would love to see them go head to head. So But without the spectate mode, it's very difficult, I think, and some people still do it, and I'm very grateful for them, but it would make their lives easier as well, I think. So for that reason, spectate mode in privates would be great. Obviously only in privates. Ninth, I need to go to my list again. Right, now we start the real things. So guys, I'm gonna separate this, but first things first, the trophy system. Revert it back to -1/+1, and no bullshit. Like, I don't care about the win streak, I don't care about nothing else. It has to always only be +1 or -1, win or lose. So pretty much the old system. Leagues, remove leagues, obviously. So don't make us compete with our time, make us compete with our skill and nothing else. Yeah, just having this system where we gain 3 and lose 2 is the same grind pretty much. Obviously skill matters as well, but overall it's not good. It is actually very bad to the game, and this makes most people who take the game seriously quit, I think. So this is probably the most important thing. I understand from a business perspective why this was implemented, trust me, and a lot of people do, but I honestly don't think so. I don't think this was worth it. Already half of the strong people quit, or let's say the best, and it's just getting worse and worse. And I think those people keep the game alive and exciting. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into this, guys. I'm not gonna get into this. I think it's quite obvious. So yeah, let's just move on to the next thing. I don't want to get emotional either, but in terms of like, I don't want to like be angry or anything, but I think this would be very, very important for the game. So next thing is, yeah, so on this topic, I have a lot of things to say, guys. I think the league system should go back to the old system, which was after ZMG there is Hall of Masters, same thing, and then +1 -1, no leagues, but add 3 or 4 more leagues, or not leagues, but I don't know how to say arenas, more arenas between ZOMG and Hall of Masters. I will explain this a lot, guys. This might seem stupid, but I'll try and explain as we get into it. But just in general, back then it used to be 100 trophies for ZOMG, and I mean Hall of Masters. I think 85 for ZOMG. That's all fine, but I think from 100 make it like a new league, like DDT. I don't know. Add a couple of things. From 150, it should be Hall of Masters. So something like that. I'll actually, let me just move on to my next point and we'll get back to this. The ELO system. So ELO system should work like in chess. Like in chess, which really just means just fix the K factor, or I don't know how familiar you guys are with this, but the algorithm is very, very simple. It's on Wikipedia. Very easy to implement. Just fix everything about it so that it behaves perfectly in a way that, if I'm gonna use chess terminology here or chess examples, but if an 1800 plays with a 1400, after he wins, he gets 1 elo, right? Like, what the hell? You cannot just give him 20 and 40. And it has to be in ratio compared to how difficult or how expected it is. So the expected value should be adjusted. The K factor should be adjusted. A lot of things should be adjusted, but it's very easy to code actually. And so that would fix a lot of things. If you think about it, if this is fixed, we pretty much fix the sniping of streamers, because why would anyone snipe a streamer with their elo when they cannot really take away from the streamer? Because let's say the streamer is, just gonna say a number, 1500, and the sniper is a good player and 2k, and is just way out of his league, and he just gets 1 elo from him, and it's just gonna fix everything. And we're gonna get into this more, so let me just move on. Same thing as point 10, we'll get back to this. But so let me just explain how I imagine this new trophy system a little bit. So let's say number 12, although it's all the same, guys. It's all the same topic. I think the whole of Masters should be only top 100 elo, and always only top 100 people. So this is always T100, based on elo. So it's never more, never less. If you are 101th, you fall back one league. And I think there should be 2 leagues that has elo system, so Hall of Masters, and one before Hall of Masters. We'll call it home -1. So let me just draw up on actually, let's just pull out the paint at this point. Why am I typing so much? So basically what I think, guys, should be a good system, but obviously there's many ways, is you have home, let's say, and home -1. I don't know the name. So home -1, you reach at 150 trophies. Let me draw a trophy. So it's, I don't know, is this a trophy? So this you reach at 150, and then you have home -2 at, I don't know, 125, let's say, and then let's say ZOMG, I don't know, at 100. Actually, that's 85. So whatever, guys, whatever. And so we have elo here, and this is the top 100 elo, and we have elo here as well, and this is the rest of the people with elo. So home -2 has no elo, just trophies, right? As long as you don't have 150, you don't score elo. And so basically, when you are 0 elo in home -1, you drop back to home -2, and you will have 149 trophy, right? So I hope this is clear, guys. So let me just draw some examples. If I fall back from here to there, because I reach 0 elo, I go back and have 149 trophies, and I need to win 1 more to go back to the home. If I get back to the home, I should start from 0 elo. I mean home -1, 0 elo. So I need to win a game to go up. If I lose, I go back to home -2 again. I know it's weird, but this has to be the way I think. Yes, there will be some people who are right on the edge and continuously go back and forth, but this is the only way I think. There will be some prestige to at least be home -1, and especially Hall of Masters, and we'll get to the badges as well. But basically, this is very important. Obviously, keep it the way that elo people can queue into each other, so home and home -1 can queue into each other, but prioritize home -1 to home -1 and home to home, or actually just make it based on elo. Obviously, if a 2K plays with 500, it is +1 -1, so it shouldn't really be any difference. I mean +1 to this guy, and maybe, I don't know, +200 to this guy if he wins. But it's gonna cause a problem, obviously, with sniping and nuking and smurf accounts. So for that reason, that's why we need more leagues and more trophies to get to the Hall of Masters or home -1, because we need a long progression to the elo system. That eliminates smurfing, or not eliminates, but reduces it. We need it to be a long progression, and that's why we keep the account progression still high with 3K and 20K on heroes, let's say. And so this is very important that we somehow, fight smurfing, because that can ruin the whole thing. And obviously there will be people who still do it, but not as many. And there's one more thing, that this elo, this is actually very, very important. should never reset between seasons. Seasons can still be 1 month long, but don't even reset it, or very softly reset it, like very, very softly. You cannot fully reset it and expect people to get back to the same place every season. It's just super unnecessary. It will change as balance change the game. Some people will become better a little bit with the new towers. Some people will be a bit worse and fall back. But just whoever can hold top 1 for multiple seasons without resetting, that's that's mega prestige. And this is how you do it. And chess does this as well, and a lot of games do this. Like, when do you see Counter-Strike reset ELO? Rarely. Never, actually. When a new game comes out, they do it. League of Legends softly resets it every year, but I don't know, like, that's not soft, but like medium, let's say. But you know how it works. If you were Challenger, you're probably gonna start in Plat or Diamond and then speedrun up because you gain a lot of ELO in the next year. I wouldn't say season because it's every year, let's say that. So if you do monthly seasons, never reset this, or very, very softly, and just the leaderboard will be mega prestige. It's gonna be good. And the other thing you need to do is depleting the MMR. So inactive people, let's say, who don't play for 2 weeks. Actually, I'm gonna close the paint, guys, and get back to my notes, because these are actually very important. This only works if all these are implemented together. No ELO reset, or very soft. Seasons can stay 1 month, but I'm not gonna note that. And then depletion of inactivity or low activity. So basically, and this will prevent, this will fight sniping, smurfing a lot, guys, because you deplete the ELO of people who haven't played for 2 weeks, like, let's say, I don't know, 5 per day, something like that, from that point. Or if they haven't played, let's say, 20 or whatever number of games, I'm just gonna say X games, a season, so in a month, X games, X amount of games. Doesn't fit, but don't care. I hope you understand. So nobody will want to maintain multiple accounts in the Hall of Masters by playing, let's say, 20 games a season, or 30 or 50. This number, this X number, needs to be figured out, obviously. It's not going to be perfect immediately, but make sure it's high enough. And let's say someone plays 40 games and the X is 50. So what? You deplete their MMR or ELO a little bit, like 5. Or let's say 100 after a season, because they were a little bit inactive. So obviously the low activity depletion happens after seasons, and the inactivity happens after a certain amount of time every day. Something like that. But this way it's going to be very difficult to smurf, I think, because they will lose all their ELO and fall out of the Hall of Masters, because if you reach 0 ELO, you go back to home -1. And obviously I would rework the whole numbers about ELO, like you cannot have 15k and all this. Make it like chess, so 100 ELO should mean a lot. A 1500 and a 1700 should be very different in skills, and so on. We don't need all these big numbers. Doesn't mean too much. We can pretty much divide everything by 10 now as we speak, and it would still be the same thing, right? So why have these big numbers and the inflated numbers? It just doesn't make anything better. So make sure the depletion is strong enough so that people have to be very active or somewhat active. But like I said, they don't fight with their time, or don't compete with their time to really stay in. It's really the skills, but play some games at least. Like, you cannot, lose games and stay in the high leagues with this system, because if the ELO system is correct, and before that the trophy system is +1, -1, so you cannot just grind a lot and be up there. But at the same time, we don't want Smurf accounts being pulled out every now and then. Now, as I speak about this, I realize this is probably not enough against Smurfs because they just let it deplete and then somehow they pull it out and play with it. I don't know a better solution, but I think this is still needed, right? This is just still needed. This is needed in every single ELO system. So, yeah. Let's go to the next topic. Hopefully I explained this. Obviously, this is just something I thought of. There could be many other ways to fix the system, but I think this would be cool. So this way, Hall of Masters would be truly the masters, the top 100 people, based on an elo that is never really resetting. So you have to be really good and would be prestigious. And home -1 would also have elo for the rest of the people. And then what's also very important is if you drop to 0 elo, fall back. And once you enter, start from 0 and not from the middle. That's crazy. So yeah, that's it. Next thing, there's a lot more things, guys, by the way. Let me see. Yeah, so the badges, obviously, because this is a mega change, I think just kind of introduce new kind of T1, T2, T3, T10, T25 badges, and Hall of Master badges, because it should just indicate that it was achieved in the new season, so they should look a little bit different or something. But make sure you somehow, just make it prestigious, because people want that. I know that for a fact. Next thing, very important, I think every 3 months, I'm gonna add the next here. So every 3 months, organize a major. I think obviously initially this will be major tournament. This will be online, I think, but obviously can be LAN as well. But it's a small game, so probably not. Online is fine. Major tournament though. Very small price pool. Doesn't have to be much. Maybe 500, maybe 1k, maybe 0 even. It's fine, but definitely give out badges and banners for these winners, or second place as well. I don't know. Depends on how many contestants. Obviously, badges, banners, which will be unique to the tournament, going to be very prestigious. And maybe, even IRL merch, I don't know, shirts, whatever, don't care, but every 3 months do this. And so obviously yearly, so the 4th one should be like a world championship. Yearly worlds is very important. Just a mega tournament. Obviously commentated, streamed professionally, and yeah, I think it's just very important to every single competitive game. I also think this would be mega. I don't think it's that big of an investment because, like I said, the price pool has to be very minimal. Yes, someone has to be paid to commentate and organize, but it comes with this. It's a competitive game, and I think this is very important. Very, very important. And also think, guys, this game is very, very watchable. A lot of people like watching this game, and for that reason, I think this can somewhat work. Like a lot of people would, I think, tune in who play this game or plays this game and would watch and also would try and participate. So I think this would be really, really important. But this comes with a cost. So I understand from a business perspective if this is not worth it for some reason. Next thing is revamp clans. So obviously this can again be in many ways, but I think for example, first more rooms in a clan, not just 25. I think it's not enough, but I'm not strong on this opinion, but I often realize I need to make room in my clan to add someone in, and it's just a bit annoying. Also add auto kick option after inactivity. in clans after X weeks, let's say, which is configurable. So if someone wants to set it to 1 week, he can or she can, and similarly 2, 3, 4, whatever. And after 4, maybe it's auto kicking, or you can just toggle it on and off. So you don't want to do this, that's fine. But it's actually super annoying to look for the leaderboard every week and remember who is active and who is not active, and needing to chase people. I definitely don't want to do that. Just add this option in. I think that this would help a lot in terms of organizing clans. Next thing about clans is more customization. A lot of clans look the same because there's just not enough banners, I think, and pictures for it, or what is it called? Profile picture, I don't know. So just more customization. It's just a nice to have thing. Not super important, obviously, but I think it would be good. It's not mega work, so why not? And I think this is just a very personal opinion. This is not important, but I would only do random quad mirrors. Nothing else, no fire, no bullshit. I think this is fun, this is skill-based, super fair, and yeah, it would just make clans unique. I think random quad mirrors are super fun, but again, this is super unimportant. Do whatever with the games, honestly. It's just my personal preference. Now, what's also important is, I think, 1 game per day. I think 3 can be too much, actually. Like, that can easily take 1 hour, 1.5. It's a bit much, let's be honest, just for clan games. Do remember, guys, people want to play ranked as well and progress their account, although this does, but it's a different thing. I think this should be limited to 1 game per day, every day. This shouldn't be like there's no clan games today. It should just be every day, 1 game per day, every day. And there should be a trophy system for the clans. So clans should have trophies, I think. And it's +1 and -0. So if you win for your clan, you get a trophy for your clan, or actually for yourself. I'll get into it. And you don't lose any trophies if you lose. Otherwise, people would only get the best of the best, and more of a beginner player could not really contribute to the clan because they would lose more than win. So +1 -0, but 1 game per day, right? So obviously, if you are good, you win all games, you contribute more to the clan. And what's important is when you leave the clan, or you get kicked, you take half of your trophies with you. Half the trophies with you. I'm just gonna do this, guys, don't care. Just scroll it back. Wait, you cannot even see what I'm typing. Okay, small adjustment, guys. Give me 1 sec. Didn't realize, but I'll fix this. First things first, format, font, and set it to 22 maybe. That's a little bit better. Actually, even smaller. 18. Yeah. So here we are. So sorry about this, guys. So yeah, 1 game per day, every day. +1 -0, and take half the trophies with you. So let's say I made 50 trophies for this clan. When I'm kicked or I leave, they keep 25, you take 25 with you. So I think that's fair. Something like that. Obviously, this can be changed and adjusted, but something like this. And so what's very important is only reset the leaderboard for the clans every month, so every season. So monthly leaderboard reset. So basically, you have a leaderboard that is, standing for a while, and then after the season you reset it. I think it's just a lot better than if you reset it every 5 days. It's a bit too much, and it's very easy to drop down and go up if that 5 days were more active or less active for a clan. Holidays can affect it. A lot of things. Obviously, it's not serious, but still, we can make it better. Then why not make it better? I think a seasonal clan war would make sense. And even then I'm thinking like maybe just half reset it, but doesn't matter. But yeah, don't do it more often than monthly. And what's very important is give something to the players who are in a top clan. So what I was thinking about, for example, is let's say like so rewards, right? So like a shiny like outline, let's say, next to their, like around their profile when they play ranked, so it actually shows that you are in a top clan. Shiny outline in ranked around profile. And so obviously you can have different shines. So T1 gets, I don't know, diamond or whatever color you want. T2, T3, so and so on. So then T10, same thing. But this should obviously be temporary. So as soon as you leave that clan, you don't have it anymore. Or if you get kicked, also obviously after the month is done and it resets, this will be reallocated to the best clans again. And it's a good fight then for these shiny things. It's not much, but I think it would be a lot more than what it is currently. And obviously this is just an idea of one person. If everyone put together all their ideas, I think the community and NINJAKIWI together, we could make this amazing. And this goes to the whole game, obviously. But it is important to give feedback, I think. And so this is my idea. Didn't think too much about this, but I gave it a little bit of a thought what I would do, right? So obviously, there's a couple more things I can mention. So obviously, it's great what NINJAKIWI is doing, I think, in terms of new maps, heroes, and balance changes. So just continue with all that. Balance changes are needed to shake the meta up a little bit. Obviously, be careful with them. Maybe listen to the community a little bit. We don't need to achieve perfect balance, obviously, because then the meta becomes stale, and there will always be a best way to farm. There will always be an optimal meta. That's unavoidable. So for that reason, I think continuously changing it a little bit is fine. Shaking it up with new heroes and maps is great. So I think NINJAKIWI did a great job with this since I'm playing, so just continue with that. Next thing is better advertise or market the game. So obviously, I think one thing would be good is give rewards in BTD6 to people if they play this game, and based on their elo or based on their rank or skill, that are good. BTD6 rewards that are actually valuable. I don't know BTD6 too much. I didn't play too much, but I know a lot of people do. So for that reason, if you can get those people to play this game as well, I think that would be great. Obviously, it's not a force. It shouldn't be a force, but at least give them some rewards. I think maybe that could do something, because I personally noticed this, guys, and this goes to NINJAKIWI mostly, that the big content creators of this game just start moving to BTD6 or move to BTD6 because it's just uncomparable how much more they can make if they do that. And I'm not even sure if they enjoy that game more or not, but they get 100 times more views. I'm not even joking. And that way, obviously, they will move to BTD6. And that creates snowball effect that they all play BTD6 and nobody plays this game. And I don't think it's that good, because maybe in their heart, they are also competitive and love this game, but it's just not worth it for their business and for their, living, or how to say it, like salary. So yeah, full-time content creators are probably going to move from this game to BTD6 eventually, because it's just a lot more worthy, especially because this game is obviously losing players every month. This is why I also made this video. It is very important to try and stop that, if that is actually the goal. If NINJAKIWI, you want this game to be gone and you don't really care, I understand that. So again, next thing, what I would do in terms of marketing, and I need to format this again a little bit, 1 sec, guys, 16, is just try and get streamers involved, streamers who are obviously variety streamers. and variety players. So, or just other medium or bigger content creators in some sort of an event. Chess did PogChamps, or Twitch Rivals, or these kind of things where you have more famous creators go head to head who haven't played this game before, and they just, you know, learn it for this tournament and have fun with it. And obviously this is very, very expensive, so I understand why this is not done for a small game like this, but maybe with, you know, smaller creators, maybe, I don't know, just do something. I think something like this can be done in a cheap way as well. Obviously it's not going to be that effective then, but there is still something that can be done in terms of marketing, I think. But I also think this yearly World Championship and the major tournaments are good marketing as well. That's probably the reason for these, obviously. So yeah, this is again something that can be done. And so this is pretty much it for the list. If I could color code this, but I don't think I want to now, in terms of priority and what is important, I think the most important thing is somewhere here, the system. Pretty much the reason why the series players quit, and also some of these first ones, like I think fixing lag would be somewhat good, but I think, for example, number 3 is more important, and it's such an easy change, right? Also, I think 6 is somewhat useful, 7 is somewhat useful, 8 would be great for tournaments, right? And even 5 is okay. Like, these are not that difficult to do. I would expect these to take time. Like, this is not a list that I would ever demand or anything. It's just something that would be amazing to see in, like, I don't know, in the next couple months or half a year. Because I'm planning to play this game, because I love this game. And yeah, so I think these are the more important ones. Obviously, this costs money, so I understand. This costs money, so I understand. Not sure about this. This also somewhat costs money, because maybe that reduces the in-game purchases in BTD6 if you give them rewards for free. And maybe this wouldn't work anyway. So, like, I'm no expert here, right? I'm just, you know, coming up with random ideas. And obviously a lot of people have these similar ideas or different ones. So I think this should be a community effort always to try and make a game good. And I think it comes from both ways. So we need people who give legit feedback to the companies that create these games. And we need the companies to listen as well as come up with their own and, you know, yeah, try and change. So I think I'm trying to do my end, or my job here is, which is to give this feedback, right? This is already done, so this is great. I also think it's not just great, but very, very mega good. I love most of the changes. So new heroes are very creative, actually. Nothing that are just anything remotely close to the previous heroes. Always has a new mechanic, so it is very, very good. I think great job there. Also, the artwork is amazing. The design, everything is great there. So this is perfect. I think clans is not important at all, obviously, but the reason clans is good right now is because it helps the new player to grind monkey money and hero XP. And I think we can keep it that way, maybe even up it even more. Or just, yeah, just remove clans from the game. Like, it's not that important. But if you have it, make it have a bit more meaning. I think this way it could be done. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So guys, hope you have your own opinions as well. Let me know what they are. I don't care about YouTube comments, so you don't have to comment on this video. This can be discussed on Reddit without me, or in other Discord channels, or my Discord channel. I don't care, but what I care about is to, like, you know, giving proper feedback to NINJAKIWI, because lately, especially, the numbers are dropping quite heavily, at least on Steam. And my personal experience is that a lot of good players are people, I mean, a lot of good players have quit or are planning to quit soon after they reach their final goals, and it would be really sad to see. I think this game is incredibly blessed to have a hardcore community around Popology, the people who are actually maintaining the website, organizing tournaments, like Emil, and also Super Tiger, I think, who are mainly head of the bot and a lot of these API-based tools. So for such a small game and community, having these people is incredible. And I don't know how long can they, last or endure until they realize that the game is potentially not going in the direction where everyone would hope it should go, and maybe they invest their time into something else eventually. So I think this is still reversible, and hope we can achieve that together is what I want to say. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for listening to me. It was all yapping, but I think this is the most important video I ever made. And I hope NINJAKIWI watches this or listens to this, and even if they say no to all this, I think a reply would be great from them, obviously on Reddit, to see where their heads at, and so we could, better plan for our future, because after all, we all want to play a game that is doing well, right? So, and there is many in the market, so yeah. But I think for the final verse, I think NINJAKIWI is in a very unique position here, because I personally don't know about any other tower defense games that are 1v1 and no RNG based, and I just overall like this game looks clean, like honestly looks appealing to young people, but can also be played very seriously because there is mega depth in it, mega knowledge and skills. So I legit think this is the perfect competitive game. Easy to learn the rules actually, but very, very difficult to master the game, and it can easily be played for several years, I think. It would be a shame to lose this, I think, from the gaming market, because the games that are coming out nowadays are sometimes quite bad or predatory, and I wish some of these companies like NINJAKIWI and also Path of Exile, Grinding Gear Games, can fight this a little bit, because I personally put NINJAKIWI to the better like companies that produce games. Actually, one of the best ones. And I'm not sure what the reasoning behind their non-response towards these kind of things in Battles 2, but it could be just purely business related. They might have been through this many times and they just realized it's not worth it. Or maybe just they don't have passion against the competitive Bloons and they'd rather just improve B36 as much as they can. And I would understand that as well. But at least we can have our answer. And obviously, if no answer but no changes, that's also an answer. So we will probably know soon in let's say half a year. The player base did drop since I started from 1,000 to roughly 500 in roughly a year on Steam. I understand Steam is not the only platform where people play this, or actually it's probably the smallest one, but I would think that's where the people who stick to the game are probably. I can be wrong there though. I don't have the stats. NINJAKIWI has the stats though, so they have all the tools to investigate and know this. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna be stopping this video. I'm done talking. It's 3 a.m. But I definitely wanted to make this for the New Year. And yeah, Happy New Year's to everyone. If you still play the game, I hope you enjoy it. I personally do. So I'm gonna continue. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think. And that's it. Take care, have a nice day, and bye.